Hey, my name is Marco, I'm the CEO and founder of BooSend, and in this video I'm super excited to walk you through how you can connect BooSend and ElevenLabs so that you can automate sending AI-generated voice notes to all of your leads inside of your DMs. This is going to automatically make all of your automated conversations feel more personal and convert at a way higher rates. On top of this, it's going to allow your automations to actually build trust instead of feeling like every other automation out there. And the best part is it only takes a couple of minutes to set up. So now, to get started, you want to make sure that you're logged inside of your BooSend and on your dashboard. Now, if you don't have your BooSend account already, all that you're going to do is go to Google and type in boosend.ai into your browser, and you're going to click on to get your free account, and you're going to be able to register with a free BooSend account. Once you've done that, you're going to go back inside of BooSend, and now you're going to be ready to go. And the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go over to the Integrations tab. Now, once you've switched over to the Integrations tab, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scroll down the list of integrations until you find ElevenLabs. Now, when you see ElevenLabs, what you're going to want to do is click on Create Integration, and this is now going to allow you to configure your ElevenLabs API key. Now, if you don't know how to get your ElevenLabs API key, it is super easy, and I'm about to show you. So what you're going to want to do is first go over to ElevenLabs.io, and you're either going to sign up or log in with your account. Now, once you've logged in inside of ElevenLabs, you're going to have to do two different things. The first one is you have to create or find your voice. Now, if you want to find or create a voice, all you have to do is press on Voices. And now inside of here, you will see all of the voices that you have available within ElevenLabs. All of these are publicly available voices that you can use as sales representatives, for example, inside of your Instagram account. Now, if you want to clone your own voice, so you can have your own AI voice in your voice notes on Instagram, making it seem like your leads are actually talking directly to you, all you have to do is press on Create or Clone a Voice. Inside of here, you have to select either Instant Voice Clone or Professional Voice Clone. The main difference between these two is how long the sample audio is going to be, meaning the audio you're going to record, and how good the voice is going to sound in the end. However, for short and quick voice notes, the instant voice clone actually works really well. However, if you do a professional voice clone, it is going to sound impeccably like you. Now, once you've created your voice, now all you have to do is actually get your API key and connect ElevenLabs to BooSend. So now the way we're going to do that, starting again from the homepage, is all you're going to do is on the bottom left side, you're going to want to click on Developers. Underneath Developers, you'll go into API Keys, and then you're going to press on Create Key. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be asked to name your API key. You can either take the random generated name, or we can call it BooSend. Then it's going to ask you whether or not you want to restrict the key. I will just leave it unrestricted. And then once you press Create Key, what you're going to see is this API key show up on your screen, and you're going to press Copy to Clipboard. This is going to give you your API key. All you have to do now is just go over to BooSend, and inside of ElevenLabs, just come down here and paste the API key. Once you did that, you can press Save and Connect. It's going to take a couple of seconds, and it is going to show you the connection has been created. So now you connected your ElevenLabs account. So how do we actually use this to send an AI-generated voice note to a lead? Well, to show you how to do this, we're going to navigate over to the Automations tab, and we're going to create a brand new automation inside of BooSend. So for that, we go to Automations tab, we press on Create, and now we can set up a trigger. Now, one of my personal favorite ways that I use it inside of my accounts and that I've set up for our clients' accounts is to actually give you a buffer time. Now, let me explain. Typically, when you're outside, either in a restaurant or maybe you're out at a hotel or you're checking out, you're at a plane, you're doing something, you're in a rush and somebody messages you and you want to respond to them, you're going to see it and you'll text them, hey, I'll get back to you in 15. Or you'll maybe even send them a voice note saying, hey, I'm currently out at a restaurant, I'll give you a message back in 15 minutes. That is the exact thing that we're going to replicate now inside of BooSend. So the first thing we have to do is we have to have a trigger that is triggered every time somebody sends us a message. This can either be with a specific keyword or it can be with the intention of a message. So we can say, for example, that our keyword can be appointment. And now we press enter to add the keyword. Now we can press save, and what this is going to do is now we have a trigger that is going to trigger every single time somebody messages us the word appointment. Now, in order to make this automation actually send a message that is the audio message to the user, all I have to do is drag out from the next step and select AI voice message. Now, inside of AI voice message, when I open it, it's going to be automatically connected to my ElevenLabs because I connected my API key. And all you have to do now is select one of your voices. So in here, I actually have my cloned voice, the Luma Marco, and this is now the voice that's going to be used for my automations. I can set up the volume of the voice as well as how fast I want it to talk. And finally, you can also configure which model of ElevenLabs you want to use, whether you want to use multilingual V2 or ElevenLabs V3. Now, ElevenLabs V3 is going to be way higher quality and way more realistic audio. However, the multilingual V2 has a wider language support. So I suggest you look up and find ElevenLabs language preferences for both of these models so you can see if the language that you want to send your voice notes in is supported. However, for all of you using English as your main language, you're going to be able to do this just fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to select V3. And now this is actually going to allow me to create an AI voice message that is going to be sent to the user. Now, how does this work? Well, we have to basically write out a text message right here. Same way as you would with a regular message, you would write out text. However, that text is now going to be spoken by your AI voice. So what we can do, for example, is we can write out a message that says, hey, and now we can even map in a variable like first name. So now it can say, hey, first name. So this would be, hey, Marco, for example, or hey, Paul. I am currently out in a rush. I'll be back in 15. So now, cool part here is typically if you're in a rush and somebody messages you something like this, you would also ask them a question so you can keep the conversation going. So you could say, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Could you tell me a little bit about your business? Okay, so here's my message. Hey, first name, I'm currently out in a rush. I'll be back in 15. Could you tell me a bit about what you're trying to accomplish? If I was a coach or a consultant that was waiting for leads, this would be the ideal message that I would send to every single person coming in so they could message me with what they're trying to do, and I have some buffer time so I can reply to them. And just so you know, this doesn't have to only be giving you the buffer time. This can work with your AI appointment setter to make it seem 100 times more realistic, or it can also work with your real appointment setters so that way it can give them buffer time before they reply to the lead, and it will make it seem like they're you while they're messaging the person, because again, this is using your AI cloned voice. People are messaging with you and all they hear is your voice texting them back and forth. That on its own is going to skyrocket your conversions, and it's going to actually get these people to be more interested in replying to your messages. Versus when now people get these automated messages, they even want to leave the conversation because they're tired of it. This is going to feel personal and one-to-one. So now, once you save this, what you're going to have is you're going to have a automation that whenever somebody sends you the word appointment, it's going to send them a message that says, hey, first name, I'm currently out in a rush. I'll be back in 15. Could you tell me a bit about what you're trying to accomplish? However, it's not very realistic that as soon as they send you the word appointment, if you're out in a rush, you caught their message and you immediately send them a voice note. What would be more realistic is that they sent you the message. Maybe within 15-ish minutes, you see the message, and then you send them this voice note so that way you can get back to them when you get home. So how do we replicate that inside of the DMs? Well, it's actually way simpler than you may think. What we have to do is we have to delete this connection line, and now in between sends message and sends voice message, all we have to do is we have to add what is called a delay node. You'll see it right here in the menu. You will select delay. Now with a delay node, you have two different types of delays. You either have a fixed delay, which allows you to set a fixed time, like 60 minutes, or you can add a randomized delay that sets a timer, for example, between 30 and 120 minutes. Now instead of making between 30 and 120, let's actually make this delay between 3 and 12 minutes. And now all we have to do is connect this delay node to our send voice message node. And now after this delay, it's going to send them a voice message. And this is going to seem 100 times more realistic. With automations like this, you're going to immediately level up from sending out buttons that nobody clicks to having actual automations that get people to respond and talk back and forth with you. And this is how you actually get highly engaged leads who are warm and ready to purchase your products. So this is how you can connect ElevenLabs to BooSend so you can automate sending actual AI-generated voice notes. I mean, these are voice notes with your AI voice being sent through Instagram as an actual voice note to your leads 24/7. This is now actually possible, and it is all within BooSend.ai. And if you want to try it out, I'll have a link right below this video. And if you enjoyed watching this video and guides like this, make sure to subscribe to this page, as I will be releasing a lot more videos teaching you exactly how you can optimize your sales inside of the DMs using BooSend.ai. That'll be it for this video though, and I will see you in the next one.